Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of God, the Merciful, the Most Merciful. Praise be to God, and prayers and peace be upon the Messenger of God, Mohammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi, and his pure family. Peace, mercy be upon you all, my dears. Today our lesson in interpretation of Quran is about Surat Al-Humazah, Al-Humazah chapter. This chapter's number is 104 in the sequence of the surahs of the chapters of the Noble Quran. And we can see this chapter, Al-Humazah, in page 601. And we all know that our Quran consists of 604 pages, including inside these pages 114 chapters. This surah, Al-Humazah, is one of the chapters that deals with an important social issue, social subject, which is the issue of bad speech about others. Talking badly about others. Other people, whether they are with us in the same place, they are present, or they are away, they are absent. The same. In this surah, Al-Humazah chapter, it's very clear how far the religion, Islam, preserves the dignity of the Muslim human being and considers it as a red line, not be touched. Islam does not give a green light to anyone to talk badly about a person, about people. No one is allowed at all to offend a Muslim, not even with a single bad word. As I said, in his presence, he is with us in the same place, direct, or in his absence. We will begin our lesson with two introductions. The first one, as I used to, I will read this surah, this chapter in Arabic. أعوذ بالله العظيم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ويل لكل همزة لمزة الذي جمع مالا وعدده يحسب أن ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم مؤصدة في عمد ممددة. The second point in the introduction is about the name of this surah. Its name is Al-Humazah, because of this word, which is the second word in this chapter. Waylun, the third word, sorry. Waylun likulli humazah. See, the third word is humazah. And as I told you before, that the Prophet Muhammad and his assistants, imams, also those who came after the Prophet Muhammad, have a way to name the surah. If it's not called or named by the Prophet and imams, they used to choose an important word from the chapter and call the chapter with this name. So here, because humazah is very important, so they called this chapter with Al-Humazah. Right. A special and important, here the surah, we call this surah Al-Humazah, with a word of a special importance in this surah. And as I say, it is the third word in the first verse. Now, let's start with the first verse. وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ هُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ. Waylun. What is wail? Is it a general torment, punishment, or it is a special torment, specific punishment? Here we have two understandings for this word, waylun. The first opinion, the first understanding says that waylun means a general punishment, a general torment, be on the criminals and the wrongdoers, people. Okay? The second understanding, the second opinion says it's, and I think it's the correct, it's this opinion, this understanding is the correct one, the correct view. Waylun is a severe and specific torment for a certain group of people because of their specific bad deeds. So it's not a general punishment will be given to bad people. No. Specific bad deeds. So that is to specific persons. The word waylun, which is the first word in this surah, as a kind of punishment, a kind of torment, mentioned in our Holy Quran several times, and for different types of people, of bad people. These types of people are very, very bad ones. So Quran used this kind of punishment to disbelievers. Polytheism, and injustice. See? Waylun is not just for these people who we are talking about today in our surah Al-Humazah. Quran told us that this kind of punishment also will be to 3 or more to people like disbelievers, also to polytheism and injustice. It's not surprising that the issue and the topic, when it comes to the dignity of the Muslim, the punishment is severe, very rough. Yes, it's very bad and ugly to talk about others in their presence or in their absence. And this indicates that this topic is very dangerous. The verse, waylun, this kind of punishment, to every humazah and lumazah. See the difference between humazah and lumazah, the same exactly, but the difference is just in the first letter. Humazah with H, ha. Lumazah is with L, lumazah. And here are several opinions about the differences between humazah and lumazah. They have the same punishment. The first, the humazah is the direct bad speech of a person with his presence. So he is in the place and I talk badly about him in front of people. And lumazah with L is talking badly about people, about a person, about a Muslim in his absence. The same. The second thing, the humazah is to offend by the tongue, speech, words be said by tongue. Humazah. Bad words will be said to people. This is in their presence. This is humazah. We call the man humazah. And we call the action hams. And the lumazah with L, and the lumazah, the person lumazah, is to offend by pointing, by writing, by imitating people in their movements. How do they speak? How do they walk? How do they act? And so on. With the intent of offending them and love at them. So there is an aim for writing these bad things about people, about imitation. Here is a question. What is the most important characteristic in these people? Wailun, we understand now what is the meaning of wail. Likulli, for every. Wailun likulli humazah, the person. Lumazah, the second type. And also we compared between these two kind of people. Humazah, lumazah. If we go to the second verse, we will get the answer in it. So the first verse is وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ هُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ. Who are they? This here is the answer. الَّذِي جَمَعَ مَالًا وَعَدَّدَهُ. Oh, the one who collects money and numbers the money. I mean, he always counts his money to see, did it reach $1 billion or not? This person's goal and purpose, his objective really in his life is to collect money and wealth. That's all. Also, he believes that a lot of money and great wealth is everything in his life. Because the measurement of success and the measurement of the value of the person in his opinion according to how much money does that one have. Is he rich or not? Money and wealth are two very important things in his life. And if a person has nothing, he is, as they say, he is permissible to insult. Means it's incorrect thinking, incorrect way. Now I am talking about their thinking. What do they think? Right? I am talking about their thinking. Okay. الذي جمع مالا وعدده. With any way. He is looking for money. With a straight way, stealing, any way takes him to money, to wealth, he will take that path, he will take that way. Let's go to the third verse. What was this, the first? وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ هُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ. The second, who is he? الَّذِي جَمَعَ مَالًا وَعَدَّدَهُ. What does he think? Why he thinks like this? The third verse says, يَحْسَبُ أَنَّ مَالَهُ أَخْلَدَهُ. Very strange thinking. He thinks that his money and his great wealth have immortalized him. That's all. That is, he strongly believes that the great wealth and much money that he owns is able to protect him from everything, and that this money will make him live forever. With money, he protects himself, and with money, he keeps his body away from diseases. He thinks that money always makes him well and fit. With money, this is his thinking. With money, he treats himself from all diseases that he faces in his life. And with money, he can provide all the reasons for survival and life, to stay alive, to stay well all the time. A strange thinking, really. He sees merchants, rich people. He sees with his two eyes kings and people who owned more than him have died. He sees the cemetery, graveyard, and maybe these are close to his house or to his country, and still thinks that he can, with his money, with his wealth, can stay alive forever. False belief. It's a strange thing, really. A strange thinking, really. So, my dears, in our lesson, we could explain 3 verses from this chapter, and I hope that we will complete this surah in our next lesson, Inshallah, God willing, we have to say praise be to God because He helped us to give this lesson. Praise be to God, Lord of the worlds. And to you I say, thanks a lot for your good listening. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.